in September. No. I've said excited like a million times in this video. Blurp, Fran. Yep. And perfected. What? What did I just say? Hey fellow fiction fanatics, I'm Chase. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today because I am finally doing a TBR game. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do a TBR game since I heard about it. I absolutely love games and I love books, so these are like my two favorite things combined, and I've been dying to do one. But I really wanted to come up with something that was unique to me while still being able to incorporate everything I like from TBR games. I finally came up with one. I'm super excited to get into it and tell you guys about it. But I first want to go over the books that I was able to read for my summer TBR challenges. If you want to jump to where I start talking about my TBR game, I'll leave the timestamp down below. For my summer TBR challenges, I had to complete 13 prompts, and I was able to complete all of them. Let's get into it. My first challenge was to choose a book based on coordinates, and for that, I read Wondersmith, The Calling of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend. My second prompt was color, book that has dark red on it, so I read Once Upon a Spine by Kate Carlisle, and this has a dark red spine. For my To Be Continued challenge, I read The Dark Prophecy, which is the second book in the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. For Throwback Thursday, I read Holes by Louis Sakar. For an intimidating book, I read Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. For a buddy read, my sister and I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and we no longer talk about this author on my channel. To complete a challenge to read a book from a genre I don't normally read from, I read Beach Read by Emily Henry. And for adaptation, I read Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. For my challenge to read a one-word title, I read Wonder by R.J. Palicio. For my challenge to read a book with a beautiful cover, I read Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. For standalone, I read Blind by Rachel DeWaskin. And for my new author challenge, I read Dear Martin by Nick Stone. And last but certainly not least, for my mood read, I read With a Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo, who is easily becoming one of my new favorite authors. So those were all the challenges I was able to complete for my summer TBR. So I am so excited for my TBR game. So this is Dice Determines My TBR. So I will be rolling dice to determine which column and row I will be picking from. Where these two intersect is the prompt I will be choosing, and I will choose 12 prompts. I will have 3 months to complete these prompts, and any prompts that I am not able to complete will roll over into my next seasonal TBR. If I happen to land on the same space twice, I will roll a 4-sided die or a d4 to determine which adjacent space I will choose the prompt from. My TBR game is definitely inspired by Cody from Cody's Book Corner and her Wheel of TBR, as well as Danny from Current Chapters and her M&M's TBR game. Also, I want to apologize in advance for the echo that comes from my camera phone. I'm working with new stuff, so I didn't work out all the bugs apparently, and I will definitely figure that out for next time, so sorry about that. So the first thing we're gonna do is determine which of these dice will be my column. So I'm going to roll a d20 or a 20-sided die to determine this. If it's an even, my green will be in column, and if it's an odd, then my purple will be my column. Here we go. 17. So that means that my purple will be my columns. All right, roll number 1. 2 and 2. So I'll be using Otako Uraraka from My Hero Academia as my mover piece. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is Go In Blind. So my first challenge is Go In Blind. So I'm going to read a book where I go in pretty much blind. So for that, I'm going to choose The Hand on the Wall by Maureen Johnson. Although this is the third book in the Truly Devious trilogy, Maureen Johnson has a way of pretty much wrapping up her books really nicely, and then at the last minute throwing something in where you just have to continue. But I have absolutely no idea where this is gonna go. I really can't wait to get into this. It's gonna be a wild ride, but I am in for it. Roll number 2. 1, 5, 1, 5. And that is a reread. Roll number 2 was reread, so I will be reading The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding by Alexandra Bracken. I am excited to get back into this. Hopefully I can get to the second book as well, which is The Last Life of Prince Alistair. I really did enjoy it, but I don't remember much of what this book is about. So I'm excited to jump back into this. Roll number 3. 6, 2, 6, 2. And that one is Number in Title. Rule number 3 is to pick a book with a number in the title. So for that, I'm going to choose Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've heard great things about this, so I'm excited to pick it up and actually get to it. Number 4, 5-3, and that is Non-Human. So this is where I choose a book where the main character isn't human. So I'll be reading Sheets by Brina Tumler. I hope that's how you say her name. All I know is that it's about a ghost and something to do with a laundromat. Seems like it's gonna be a fun little read, so I'm excited to read it. Roll number 5, 3, 6. 3, 6. Way down here. And that is Magic or Powers. Rule number 5 is Magic or Powers. So this book has to involve characters who have magic or powers in any way. So for that, I'm going to pick Hollowpox, which is the 3rd book in the Nevermore series. I really love these characters and I'm excited to see where this goes. Rule number 6, 3-3. And that is Sanderson. Oh my gosh, I'm reading Brandon Sanderson for the first time. Roll number 6. I'm going to be reading Brandon Sanderson. I'm both incredibly nervous and excited about this. I'm a little intimidated, but I'm mainly just excited because it's Brandon Sanderson. Everyone says that he's so good and I just want to get into his books and love them. So I'm gonna start with Warbreaker, and I've heard that's a really good place to start because it's, as of right now, a standalone. I've heard it's a great way to just get into his world and his storytelling, and I'm looking forward to it. Roll number 7, 6-3. And that is Big Book. Oh, great. So not only am I reading Sanderson, but I'm also reading a book over 450 pages. So we definitely know this is a TBR game because right after I got Sanderson, I of course rolled Big Book. So I will be reading a book that's over 450 pages, and for that I chose Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I have been wanting to get to this. It's big, and that shouldn't really intimidate me anymore. I've read big books, but I don't know, something about this has just been making me push it off, but I will get to it within the next 3 months, and I will read this book, and I will complete this challenge. Roll number 8, 1, 2. And that is audiobook. Roll number 8 is audiobook. So for that, I'm choosing A Deadly Inside Scoop by Abby Collette. I recently saw Heather from Bookables talk about this book, and it seemed really fun and cute and had that sort of mystery element to it, so that's the one I chose for this. Roll number 9, 2, 3. And that is Sister Chooses My TBR. Roll number 9 is My Sister Chooses My TBR, so I will have to do a separate video for that. I'll ask her to come over, and I'm going to have several books that she is to choose from. She will have to choose 3 books, one based on just the titles, another based on the synopsis, and a third based on just the covers. From there, she'll choose which book I'm going to read for that challenge. Roll number 10, 6, 4. And that is Vertical Title. Roll number 10 is Vertical Title. So for that, I'm choosing a book that has a vertical title on the spine. Cinder is a great example of this, but I'm not choosing Cinder as my choice. I will actually be reading Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. So I was a Twilight fan when I was 12 years old. Do I think they're good books now? No, not so much. But they did get me over my fear of reading big books. So there's that. I mean, I'm interested to see what Midnight Sun is about because it's from Edward's perspective, and no one liked Bella. Come on, she was a horrible protagonist. She made incredibly stupid decisions, and I think I would have rather seen from Edward's perspective anyways. So I'm interested to see how it is. Do I think it's going to be phenomenal? No. Am I going to read it because I'm intrigued and I think it's going to be a funny, good time? Of course. Who knows? Maybe I'll actually enjoy it. Roll number 11, 5, 5. And that is Recently Added. Roll number 11 is Recently Added, so a book that was recently added to my TBR. And for that, I'm extremely excited to say that I will be picking up Cinderella is Dead by Callan Bayron. I think that's how you say her name. I can't wait to get my hands on this book because it seems like it's going to be so good. It's been pitched as Cinderella falls in love with Merida and takes down the patriarchy. If that doesn't make you want to read the book, I don't know what will. And my 12th and final roll, 4, 4. 4, 4. and that is Goodreads winner. And last but certainly not least, role number 12 was Goodreads winner, which is when I choose a book off the Goodreads award list winners. Yes, I know that the Goodreads awards are a popularity contest, but I want to see if I like any of those. First, I was a little nervous when I rolled this prompt, but then I realized that a book that I really need to get to is on that. And that, of course, is The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. This is the 4th book in the Trials of Apollo. I have been pushing this off. I don't know why I did. This literally came out on my birthday last year, and I still haven't read it. So that's on me. But I'm finally getting to it, and to be honest, I'm worried. And if you read this, you know why the last one got me. I was not expecting it. I mean, it blatantly tells you what could happen. I didn't think Rick Riordan would actually do it. I thought there would be a loophole or something, but no. He did it, and it broke my heart. It put me in a huge book hangover and prevented me from picking up this novel, but I'm going to do it, and here's hoping. So these are all the books that Dice have determined for my TBR. If you can't tell, I'm super excited for these novels. I don't know why my brain can't come up with another word to describe how I'm feeling, but that's life. I blame COVID, don't we all? Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought about them. I'd love to know what books you're planning on reading, so let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to share the love. I'll see you next time. Bye!